in from drugs and, you know, selling guns and shit. Where do I put this at to legitimize it?
Yeah, that's how
the
JayZ
local rapper
got started, allegedly.
I mean, I guess we can get into that there. JayZ's new little project that he talking about. Essentially, what's going on is like a $300 million fund was set up, and it was basically for to have kids that were in inner city schools and public schools be able to now transfer and get selected to go to private schools. So on face value, that sounds like, whoa, that's some dope shit. JayZ's helping the community. And then you ask yourself, the question is, why aren't we just making the school that the kids already go to better?
Yeah.
Like, why are we still promoting private schools?
Why are we transferring people out of public schools to put them in private schools?
When a lot of these schools are based off of how many kids go to the school.
Yeah.
Then also based on the performance of the school. So now you're taking some of the best and brightest from public school systems out of public schools into these private schools, only doing what? Hurting the public schools.
Yeah.
And everybody keeps wanting to get JayZ like his hand clapping praise for that. It's like, but folks are really understanding what's going on. It's in Pennsylvania. Folks are really understanding what's going on now. Like, folks can see the charade. Like, this is just a tax write-off. This isn't any kind of like gesture of good faith. This isn't, him trying to be the black messiah. It's just a tax write-off, and essentially going into more of the issues of what's going on with, how they're trying to destroy public school systems because they know who gets affected, poor and minorities. And it's just crazy. Like,
you could easily just like make some public school, like give your money to some public schools.
But Hov has had like a horrible track record with these charities. You remember the one that had the one cutting the kids' hair and all that shit?
Yeah.
Then he tried to bring the Bitcoin to the hood.
That too.
And
then a lot of people don't like how he basically displaced a bunch of black families in Brooklyn to build the Barclays Center.
So, I mean, the list just goes on. And just for folks to think like he's doing something good for the community, it's like, no, like this black capitalism, this black exceptionalism that y'all keep trying to promote only has a system of winners and losers. So at the same token, yeah, you may help 2 or 3 kids that have great promise. But now what about the kids that are just average or below average? What's going to happen to them? Nobody cares. But they become the ones that go into your house and take your shit and doing all that other stuff because they can't do nothing else to feed their families and whatnot, or feed themselves. So, I mean,
disenfranchised completely.
We have to, like I said, that's what frustrates me about him. Like the Fred Hampton stuff that he tries to pull off, like the fact that he tries to dress up like this black sage with his hair all dreaded, and he takes all of these imageries of resistance, but he's nowhere near anything resistant.
No.
Nothing about JayZ is resistant at all.
Trying to be like having a seat at the table instead of just creating your own shit for your own people.
Or it's not even just like creating your own shit. It's investing in things that is going to be community based. Like this hurts the community. Like that's why you have people already putting up petitions. A lot of things
that he's done, you could argue, has hurt his community more.
But he goes to that black exceptionalism, and because I'm getting rich off of this, it has to be a good thing. And you have to understand it, or you're a hater.
Because people can use me as an example to hustle and get to where I'm at, instead of me just using my resources for my community to help them just live better on a daily basis.
That's why we got to stop that motivation talk. Motivation is BS. Anybody who's going to tell you otherwise is trying to scam you out of money and get out your pocket. Any of that motivation, I want to go back to the hood and show my car so I can motivate. No, they're not.
Give them resources.
If you really want to motivate somebody, yes, give them resources. Give them capital. You can exchange it for some type of labor too, but make sure that labor is not dead-end labor and something that's just to make them busy. Like, make it labor that's going to help them and move into the right direction.
Yeah, you could give people as many speeches as you want to give them, but if they have no resources to put that into effect, then that's useless.
And we got to be honest, man. Useless. A lot of these hip hop people, we've been talking about it in our last Trump video where we did, but a lot of these hip hop people are being used to get right propaganda to get pushed. Like this right here is straight out of that new Project 25 shit that's coming out. So have you heard about that?
Yeah, I have.
So I think what I read about was like the Heritage Foundation, which is like a conservative think group. And they were the ones who came up with this.
Tank.
Yeah, think tank. They're the one who came up with this. So here's some of the stuff that they wanted to do. Unrestricted executive power. So essentially the president could do what he wants. Replace 50K civil servants with loyalists. That sounds crazy. That sounds like putting mercenaries out there.
Yeah.
Invoking the Insurrection Act of 1807, prosecute political opposition, abortion surveillance, ban abortion pills, promote the mailing of abortion pills, abolish same-sex marriage, forbid gay couples from adopting, ban transgender health care, repeal LBGT, anti-discrimination laws, ban pornography and queer media, mass deportation of immigrants, restrict legal immigration to the U.S., build immigration internment camps. Is that concentration camps?
Literally concentration camps for immigrants.
Revoke birthright citizenship. So, like, if you was born in the country, you know, you automatically get citizenship. They're going to try to revoke that. What else here? Dismantle environmental regulations, which Trump already tried to do that. Deny the existence of climate change. Prioritize drilling more fossil fuels. So just destroy the planet.
Just
damn it.
Destroy everything.
Eliminate the Department of Education, which that kind of goes back to this JayZ shit that I'm saying. Like, that in and of itself can be in turn destroying education programs when you're trying to push them to these private institutions, which I went to a private school. They're not inherently better than public schools. Like, that's just a narrative that they try to sell to y'all. Like, them teachers be on the same BS. They be doing the same trash behavior. Just because it's at a private school does not mean anything.
Them wanting to abolish the education system, or what is it?
Department of Education.
Department of Education seems like the start of Fahrenheit 451. Like, it literally just seems like the start of mass book burnings.
Yeah. They also have student loan forgiveness program, taxpayer money.
Why? They just want everyone to be miserable and everything to be shit.
Well, see, taxpayer money to religious schools, which is insane. Like, they're not. It is not going to be Muslim schools. You're not going to be seeing it going to mosque and all that other stuff.
Nope. Just Catholic schools.
And then this one just was disgusting to me. Destroy unions and collective bargaining. Are you out of your mind?
America was literally like, it was built on slave labor, but also unions.
But, like, that's literally, if you look up history, the best time in life was when unions were dominating. Like, most people had more money to do what they wanted to do during that time.
The people who have union jobs in the U.S. are the happiest and the most financially stable.
For the most part. Unless you had those folks who just get upset, like, oh, he's not working hard, you know, the individualist people. Yeah. But what folks don't understand is, like, that union shit is so important. Like,
it's very important.
When you have folks that have all of this capital, the only thing you have is your ability to resist. That's the most powerful tool you have against your employer. And the more of y'all that resist together, the more valuable y'all bring. But because people are so caught up in themselves and wanting to be, hey, I'm the top, you know, producer and all that other stuff, they forget, like, there's a whole group of people behind you that y'all can make y'all lives collectively easier if, okay, one or two people aren't making stupid money. Because that's what they do now. They pay a manager, just like you look at Walmart, they'll pay a manager 6 figures. A couple other managers, maybe like 70, 80 underneath them, assistant managers, and then everybody else is getting minimum wage, having to sign up for WIC and shit. Hold on, there's still some more in here. So, but that was just, when you start talking that anti-union mess, that's when you get on my bad side.
You're very passionate about that. He's very pro-union.
It says remove overtime protection laws, gut benefits for millions of workers, repeal the Affordable Care Act, full privatization of Medicare, and drops coverage for millions of users. I can't see it, it's blurred out. But it's just like they want to go out and destroy all of, like, what they have regulations for. They just wanted to destroy all that. And what people don't understand is, like, anytime someone talks about, like, deregulation being, like, a good thing, just understand they're only out for themselves. Their agenda is only for them, because when they say deregulation, they basically mean no one can have a third party come in and say, hey, X, Y, and Z. Like, nobody can control how they produce a product, how they give it to the companies and things like that. It's only you and your company, just like with the airports. I don't know if we said this on the show before, but, you know, the airports are the ones who approve their own, like, approval for safety measures for the plane. So, like, the companies are the ones. Trump did it. He ended he deregulated the airports and stuff like that industry in the industry, and it turns out that they're the ones who says, okay, it's safe. No, there's not a third party that has to come and say the plane's safe.
That's why all of this nonsense has been going on with these planes.
Yes, because they've been cutting corners trying to save money.
I had no idea that was a thing. I didn't know Trump did that. Trump did such a bunch of just random nonsense so that rich people could get richer.
Like, people was talking about their taxes this year. That was Trump. That was your tax code. That was his tax code. And they was like, oh, they want to blame Biden for X, Y, and Z. But man, it's just so much information.
Things take a while to go into effect.
Yeah, and then that's what people don't realize. Like a lot of the times when you have a change of presidencies like that, most of the time the stuff that's going on is from the last presidency. That's why a lot of the shit with Trump looks so good because it was Obama.
Yeah,
Obama had set up a lot of stuff that was helping people, but Trump got to take the credit for it.
Yeah.